my name is Alex. I work at Black Rhino Tattoos, and you can find me at LXVZNS_works. Look, I'm gonna just be blending shit. I was drawing on paper and canvas, and motherfuckers weren't buying my shit, bro. The next best thing was like go down the list and see how I can make some type of money with art, you know? I just started tattooing friends. Little by little, more people started coming along, and that's how I got the ball rolling. I did about like 9 months at home, maybe a year. And then I finally got my first break into like a tattoo shop. And then from there, I just went with it, you know? Anything mostly black and gray, but I like to give it some type of twist where things look a little dynamic, some depth, just try to bend the normal, you know, and try to get creative with whatever's thrown at me. I feel like the most challenging stuff for me is anything like mythical or Greek stuff like that, because anybody can bring in a photo of a portrait or a dog or a family member, but when it comes to stuff that there's no photo reference to it, it kind of gets a little hard. So anything that has to do with anything like phoenixes, dragons, Greek stuff, you know, that's where it gets hard. I feel like I have a system. I take what they give me. I feel like over the years I've learned what works for me. So I kind of follow this like chain of command of like how I go about things. I'll put it into the format where it looks best, how it flows with the body the best, and where it just looks right. You know what I mean? That we're all hoes. That we all fucking DM your girls. But really, I just want the money. So when you get clients like that, I'll make the design that they brought in, and then I'll still make a design on the side that I would go with, that I feel like I can perform better on. And majority of the time, they'll go with what I made just because it's my touch to it, and it's not exactly the same. So that'll usually win them over anyway because it's unique, you know what I mean? I just hate doing lame tattoo ideas too. Like, you see my work, come to me for what you see on my page, you know? Don't bring me some stuff that I don't really do. I have artist block from time to time. I feel like it happens every few months. Like, you'll just get into this weird mode where you can't think outside the box. Definitely looking at other work from other people will kind of bring you out of that. Trying to see things in a different perspective will help me sometimes break that cycle. And honestly, just freestyling. Freestyling will help you break that artist block too. Prepare for the future if you're gonna get more work done. No names for sure, unless it's like a family member or something meaningful. Yeah, no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. But just plan for the future. Just try to think about if you're gonna like your tat in a few years, because some people will come in here with some dumb ideas, and 5 years from now, they're like, hey man, I wanna cover it. And now it's a harder task because we gotta work with what you have. I usually like doing tattoos when the customer arrives, because I used to do it before they would come, and then I would work, you know, so hard the nights prior to make a design, and they come in that day and they're like, oh, I want to completely change it. And it's just like, damn, I just spent all afternoon working on this. So now my process is wait till they get here, go over it with them, and just make changes before you start tattooing. And then that way you both get to see it and agree, and everybody's happy. Shut up! I don't want to sound like an old head and say it's like getting more watered down. People are just giving too much information now, and it's kind of taking the precious side of it out. I want to have high hopes and be like, it's gonna, you know, get better and stuff, but so many people are doing it now, and, you know, hey, hats off to them, you know? I feel like it's always gonna be around. People always want tattoos. I feel like more than ever now, people like small tattoos, little small stuff. I feel like that's where the new generation's going with it. It's a very select few that still want massive pieces and stuff like that. So that's where I see it going. But at the end of the day, somebody's always gonna like what you do. There's always somebody for some type of art. As long as you keep coming up with creative, good designs and producing great work, then I feel like somebody's always gonna be there for you. Hell yeah, money's green, bro. They got money, I'll take it. I wouldn't say it was just an idea or a design that was crazy. I feel like I don't really get a lot of that type of stuff. I ain't saying names, but I did have a client years ago that got her dude's portrait. He got it done on her dude. It was a portrait of the girl. They ended up breaking up. Months later, maybe a year or so later, she comes with a whole different guy, requested the same portrait on him, and I did it. Anything black and gray, imagery, lettering. I love lettering too. So just mostly anything black and gray for sure. So the story behind the first tattoo I ever did, I was at a buddy's house and I had bought my equipment already. I bought it at a saw meet. Let the machine sit in my closet for maybe a month or so. Fast forward, I was at a buddy's house and he had a friend visiting from Florida. They're talking about getting a tattoo. I know I had a machine, but I'm not gonna be like, hey bro, I'll do it, you know? Because I never tattooed skin. My buddy throws it at me and he's like, hey, Alex has a tattoo machine, he can do it. I was kind of thrown in there. The dude just wanted some simple stars on his knee. He was like, yo, if you're confident enough to do 3 stars on my knee, like I'll pay you $30. Prior to that, the most I ever made was like 11, 14 bucks an hour, you know? So I went home, got all my stuff, came back, set up in my homie's room, and I did the tat, and dude gave me 30 bucks, and I felt like I was on top of the world. It's gonna come out fire, but he might be a little rough with the wiping. I feel like all styles are good in their own way. They all have their like look and understanding to them. I want to get rid of the Saint Michael, bro. I hate the Saint Michael. Yeah, fuck tribal. Hold up, fuck tribal. I guess I would just like to bring back the more underground, a slight bit of the underground of tattooing, if anything, in that style of like doing things. But I do hate the fact that nowadays you have to do so much just to get tattoo business flowing. Like back in the day, it was just about like being a badass tattooer. Now it's like you gotta be that, and you gotta do media shit. You gotta post, you gotta make all these corny ass videos, which is cool. I get it, it's entertainment, it's fine, but random to say I'm doing media shit now. I mean, it's a lot more convenient now and fast paced. The fact that the new machines you can pop needles in and out fast is a good thing, but I also do like that the old machines just have a really nice touch to the skin. It's so inconvenient that you have to buy a needle per tube per each needle you want to use, and you have to have a machine for every needle. So in that aspect, I definitely think I like the fast pace of the new machines, how you can just swap stuff in and out. The iPad stuff too, because I couldn't imagine, you know, hats off to the dudes that used to draw sketches and stuff back in the day, but definitely the iPad, man, is a lifesaver. I feel like the iPad also makes a lot of people come off as like their work is crazy too, you know, because you can do so much with the programs and stuff, you know, so definitely the iPad is a big time changer. I got to use coils when I started, so I got a little bit of taste of coil. I got to use a little bit of light board when I first got into my first shop, so I got the last of the before everything was just gone, you know what I mean? I mean, you'll have those clients that come in and want a story to be told on their shit, like religious, I went through this and I want to add this and this and that. And then there's just people that just want cool shit on them, you know what I mean? Spontaneous, bro. You just never know how it's gonna go today at Black Rhino. A lot of laughing, but spontaneous for sure. Do something else, bro. We got enough people. I would just say just do it for passion, bro. Definitely don't do it for like, oh, because you want to make some money and stuff. Yeah, I guess you can, but if you're gonna do this, do it for passion. Do it for bringing something to the world of tattooing. You already have enough people doing the same shit. Try to be different with it, you know. Bring a new style. If you do it for passion, eventually it's gonna pay off, and that's what I did, you know. Let me get good at what I'm gonna do. This is what I do now full time. Maybe just get more serious on the legit side of tattooing, because if you don't have that type of guidance, you know, like on paperwork, paying your taxes and shit can be a problem, you know what I mean? I feel like I already kind of knew where I was gonna do with tattooing. I already seen the vision. Maybe just legitimizing it more at an earlier time, you know what I mean? Through my buddy Weddle that actually works here with us now, we were at a shop together before coming to Black Rhino, and I was just looking for a new place, a place with people that are more like my style, more the way we move. He had suggested that he knew a buddy, which is Igor, that he was going to open up a shop soon, and he had some space available. So weeks later, you know, I ended up tattooing one of the guys that used to work with us, and I met Igor, and eventually he offered up a spot, and came along and joined him, and I've been with Igor since. It's pretty much since the beginning. I think I joined Black Rhino like maybe 3 weeks to a month after they opened up. So I've been with this since then. There's a broad scale. It goes from anywhere from like personal problems to venting to you. We're like therapists in a way, you know. Sometimes we hear all type of shit. I don't know, man. People just have this thing where they feel like they can be late to appointments, and it's like, hey man, you're never late to your doctors or to your fucking court hearings. Get your ass on time here too. Bringing additional people and having them put their input on shit they don't know nothing about. Don't be stealing my answers over there for your fucking interview. Shout out to the people that believed in me when I first started. You know, you had people that believed in me later when I finally made something of it. But shout out to the people that trusted me at the beginning, that would always hype me up. My family, of course, because when I started out, I was still tattooing out of my mom's house, you know, so without her support, definitely wouldn't have made it, you know, because she gave me help, let me do my dream, you know what I mean? Just because you have an iPad doesn't mean you're a dope tattooer. Fuckers.